This last weekend I played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, a side-scrolling beat-em-up that came out on June 16th, and I didn't get around to playing it for like 3 days. This game was developed by Tribute Games, who was founded by former Ubisoft employees who did work on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, so they do have experience in this, and it does show. I'm gonna go ahead and warn you guys that there's gonna be light spoilers on the story, but I can assure you that even if I did spoil the whole game, it wouldn't be spoiling too much. If you want to see my final rating, please go to this time here. Right away, I will say this game is amazing. It is a great time. Unfortunately, I have no friends, so I played this alone, but with 6-player co-op, I can definitely see multiplayer being fun. This game, as far as I can tell with the extended research I did, is a completely original game based on the 1987 cartoon and the arcades. It even has the original turtle voices reprising their role. The animation and art style is gorgeous, they feel so smooth and clear. And the story is, well, that's kinda where the problem shows itself. The story starts with Bebop taking over Channel 6 News, with Krang covering up the Statue of Liberty, and the Turtles rush to stop them, and, well, that's it. The game is called Shredder's Revenge, but besides him mentioning that maybe like 3 times, there's nothing that shows that it's his revenge scheme. Sure, he's the final boss, but Krang is also the final boss before him, and if anything, the whole evil plot was his idea. But it's a basic arcade beat-em-up, there isn't really much to it, but even then, the game is ridiculously short. You could beat this in less than 2 hours, maybe less if you're playing multiplayer, and the replay value, I would say, isn't enough to keep playing it. There isn't much of a difficulty to it either, so besides getting the achievements and challenges you get each level, the only reason, and I mean the only reason you would probably want to replay it, is because it's a 2-hour arcade game and every once in a while you get into the mood to play through it. Arcade games are mostly 1 to 3 hours, and that is exactly what this game is, but here's the problem. For $25, 2 hours with challenges and 2 game modes that are the same, unfortunately, makes me hesitant to recommend this. And at that price, unless you're a huge TMNT fan, or you and up to 5 other friends are looking to kill a few hours, this is a $10 game being sold at $25. But that's really the biggest problem this game has, is its lack in length and story. Those 16 missions each with unique bosses from the cartoons, I mean besides Bebop and Rocksteady are bosses in like 3 levels each. And Krang and Shredder are the last 2 level bosses, but they're all characters from the cartoon. Even Toka and Razor make an appearance, and I didn't even know that they were in the cartoon, I thought they were only in the second movie. No Mondo Gecko or Usagi Yojimbo though, and no old lady with a machine gun as a boss, so I'll let you decide if that's a problem or not. So there are 2 modes for this game. Arcade mode, where you have to beat the game in 1 sitting and only have like 3 lives and 4 continues, and the story mode, which is the same thing, except you can save and switch characters. My problem with the arcade mode is that it's called arcade mode. I should be able to put credits in like an arcade and be able to jump back in. Instead, when you lose and continue, you reset back to the level, which isn't all that bad I guess, because each level is about 5 minutes long, but I would much rather play story mode. In story mode, you have 3 challenges to complete for each level with a various number of secrets. Secrets can include saving friends of the turtles and collecting items for those characters, but you don't really get anything for it, just points. It would be cool if we could get like different costumes or something besides points. And the challenges vary from fun and enjoyable to extremely aggravating. Like the ones that are just don't get hit the entire level. I don't even know how anyone besides like the completionist could do this. Because it's a beat 'em up arcade, there's a lot of bullshit hits in it. I play through the story as the best turtle, and I mean besides Kirby, the 5th turtle. I played as Raphael, but I did replay some levels and the final boss as the other characters to get their endings, and I wish I played through as April because her design and animations are extremely adorable.
Any comments?
And it's a good thing you can just replay the last levels with the characters to get their endings because the endings suck. Besides like 1 screen difference, they're all the same, and that 1 screen difference isn't actually that different because they're basically say the same thing with different but similar text. But despite all the problems I had with the story, again, it was a fun time, even if it was short. The skateboarding levels were a pain in the ass, but there wasn't a whole lot of them, only like 2 and a small bit in one of the other levels. The music is fantastic, and actually the song on the second skate level is actually really good.
Shooting star blazing through the skies and the fire burning in my eyes, catching up to you, I'm bringing on the fire, I'ma blow you up like dynamite.
I'm gonna give this game an 8 out of 10 for what is a fantastic time, but again, I hesitate to call it worth $25. Luckily, if you have Xbox Game Pass, it is free, and it's local multiplayer, so if you have a Game Pass, definitely give this game a try. And even though I would suggest waiting for a price drop, Buying it at full price would support the small gaming company that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing other games that they make in the future. So if you think that justifies the $25 price tag, go right for it. Otherwise, waiting till it's closer to like $10 is better, and I would recommend that.
Oh, shell shock.